am Rudrani and welcome to Zoom's Happy Space. I'll be chatting with someone who always has believed in spreading the good vibes like us. She's extremely talented, extremely forthright, and stands up for what she believes in. The very wonderful and brilliant Bhumi Pednekar. Hello,
Thank
Bhumi.
you,
Thank you for
Rudrani.
joining us.
Thank you. That was a lovely introduction. Thank you so much. I hope you're well. I hope the last few months have been, if at the least as positive as they could be for you.
Thank you. That's so important. And that is why I think the entire show that we are doing today is about being positive and creating our own happy spaces. And I'm so glad that, you're my guest on the show because you are somebody who always has endorsed that. So what is your happy space? Where do you feel that calm and that
Uh,
center where you can just be yourself?
I think, like many, my happy space has to be my home, and home is exactly where my family is. I think the sense of security that your family gives you, no other space can honestly give you that sense of security. And I'm very fortunate to have, like, my mom, my sister, my friends, and a lot of my colleagues. There are a lot of people that I kind of consider family, and wherever they are, that's my happy, secure space. Since the 21st of March to today, it's always been like a new experience. I'm like, oh, so today this is giving me some sense of calm. Today that is giving me some sense of calm, because also the last few months have really been very erratic, in every
Yeah.
way possible for the entire world in totality. Right from doing things that I love, which includes reading a lot of books, watching television when I feel like it, reconnecting with my friends, reconnecting with family, just, even that one cup of chai that I have with my family every day in the evening, because my sister is also extremely busy. And my mom's very special joke is, Corona chodo, mom rona ho raha hai ab to, because, after like a very long time, my sister and I both are home, and I think she's the most flustered. And I've been very lucky in ways that work has kept me very busy, especially since I would say May onwards, a lot of like online digital collaborations. I had Dolly Kitty releasing, so we were kind of preparing for that. I have a lot of things in the pipeline. I started reading scripts, so that's good. And I did shoot for a couple of days as well. So a whole bunch of things. I reconnected with my school friends, which was awesome. This was
That's
literally
amazing.
after school that my entire batch reconnected, and that happened because of the lockdown. I just feel like once you become an actor, a lot of people have like a lot of preconceived notions about you. And
Yeah.
it was a very beautiful experience for me when I saw the kind of love that my batchmates gave me. And I try and be in touch with them as much as possible, and it just feels like, now you have an army of people that are just kind of standing by you, because I feel like school friends do that. They've literally known you since you were children. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I hope none of them feel that I've changed. I hope they feel that I've only become a better person, if
Yeah.
not, if that's the change, because I feel I have through my film experience.
Yeah, like I think probably they'll say become more wiser and mature, right? Like I know these words sound very heavy, but
I
but
hope.
I feel the child inside you is always alive. I keep seeing the child inside you all the time I meet you.
Listen, that child inside me will never go. And I am
Yeah.
sure of it, because
Yes.
I think it comes from a place of being curious, always curious. I'm a very curious person. I always want to kind of learn, and I always, I'm very competitive. It's obviously very healthy. Like, I'm not like a mean person, but I think just that
No, you're not.
curiosity, and to keep and to keep that
I
curiosity
can't imagine you
alive.
being mean, Bhumi.
Listen, I can't imagine myself being mean. It takes a lot, like, for me to like say mean things to people as well. I get angry, but I don't think I'm
Sure.
mean. And my anger is also such now where nobody takes me seriously. Through my interviews, my family has been creating a mess, and I have kind of been giving them eyes and telling them, guys, please, no, no farak. They do what they want.
You're not that standoffish person. You're not the diva as they call it. I think that is all something that is created, and I
I'm
feel
glad,
that's
Rani,
lovely
because
about you.
You've also known me for as long
Yeah,
as now it's been what, 5 years since our first the first
yeah,
interview that we had done. So it's literally from the start,
yeah.
since the start of my career. And if I hope that you have the same views about me even after a couple of years, and I
Of
remain being the
course,
person that I am.
Dolly Kitty or Chamakte Sitare, which is woohoo, which again is such an
Yes,
interesting trailer.
yes,
I think the movie shows things that you stand up for, celebrating sisterhood, celebrating sexuality of women, and normalizing talking
absolutely.
about things.
See, I'll tell you what, for me, Dolly Kitty or Wo Chamakte Sitare is maybe the gutsiest film that I've done. And I say that it's a very gutsy character because, usually for mainstream actors, they always expect your mainstream film actors to be very correct. The characters are always very correct. They're always very whitewashed. The women are always very perfect, right? Because you're constantly trying to kind of be that perfect wife or the perfect partner, the perfect daughter, sister. That burden of perfection is always there with your protagonist. And this film isn't that. Dolly and Kitty both are very imperfect. They are flawed, they make their mistakes, and it's only human to make mistakes. And that's why I was like, I remember when Alankrita had kind of given me a narration, and I was like, Lanki, firstly, I'm really flattered that you feel that, I can be your Kitty because it's definitely a challenging part for me. And
Sure.
I was like, but just the honesty with which he's written both these characters, and not just these characters, the other parts in the film as well. It's so real and it's so inspiring because there will be, everybody's going to connect with somebody in the film. And the beauty of the film is that's an entertaining movie.
I want to know your binge watch list, and because I feel truly art and artists have helped us heal during this time.
Absolutely. And, especially, I would start off by saying that a lot of Indian content on OTT platforms, they have kept me so entertained. And for example, I recently finished watching Masaba. Masaba, so refreshing.
Wow.
Masaba was such a revelation. I love Nina ma'am, and I love like what the team has done. Money Heist, so the whole world has watched, loved it.
Oh, I
But there's
love
this show called The Politicians, which I have really been binging on. It's
I love
so
it too.
good. It is so entertaining. It is so quirky and so funny, and the wit is just on point. It's a show that I've thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, there's some great recommendations.
I would get very affected by what's happening on the social media world. It does not affect me anymore, and I don't read comments. I don't react to comments. I literally post whatever I want, and I just like get out. I get out of that zone because this is purely for self-preservation. Because some people can really deal with trolls very well. I couldn't.
Moving on to another fun segment. I'm going to ask you some fun questions. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, your friends. You've reconnected with your friends. So tell
Yes.
me, what are the few nicknames, or the few weird names that you used to get called by that made you laugh now when you think of it?
They don't call me those names anymore, thank God. But Boomer, and my name is already very short. But in school, I remember there was this one time. I've actually said this to you earlier as well, because my surname is Pednekar, and there was this boy who kind of he was like, "Oh, Bhumi, pay and take her," and I had like kind of given him one. But now that I think of it, it doesn't make me laugh. But I'm like glad I stood up for myself then, because
Yeah.
it was really casual sexism, and it's just not cool.
Absolutely not. Talking about casual sexism, when's the last time that a comment that you gave back online or otherwise when someone passed a,
Listen,
because people just like passing.
I'll tell you what. I would get very affected by what's happening on the social media world. It does not affect me anymore, and I don't read comments. I don't react to comments. I literally post whatever I want, and I just like get out. I get out of that zone because this is purely for self-preservation. Because
Well,
some people can really deal with trolls very well. I couldn't, and it started happening more recently. And I thought the best way is that I kind of get out of it because I am not strong enough to have such negativity. Like, I remember I had done a post on my Nana Ji's birthday. I lost him last year. And people were just so mean to him. And I was like, oh my God, like if they can troll a 87-year-old war veteran, who's no more, and he's like my grandfather, there's no common sense left in the world.
yeah.
There's no sense of judgment left in the world. So I am not gonna, there's no point telling these people anything because that's exactly what they want. They want a reaction out of me. The biggest answer I can give them is my silence.
For me, if there's an actor that you would have liked to be in quarantine with just because he or she is very entertaining, who would that be and why?
It's a tough one, yeah. I think I would want to be in lockdown with the Khurranas because they are just one fun family. Like I love Apar, I love Ayushman, Tahira, Akriti, his parents. I just love the Khurranas a lot. I'm very fond of them. So I think the Pednekars and the Khurranas would have had a great, great time. And I feel I would love to be, I think just them, na? They are a whole bunch. So I
Yeah.
think they would keep me very entertained.
An actor whose Insta feed you think is the most entertaining that you've been following during the lockdown has made you laugh.
They've really, a lot of people have upped their game, huh? Like in this period. But I
Yeah.
feel Siddhant Chaturvedi is funny. I find him quite sweet on Instagram.
Actually, you're right. A lot of them have upped their game, and I think it's
Yeah,
really
people
fun.
have really like upped their game. In fact, somebody I admire is Mr. Bachchan. Like he is so on. Like I don't even know if on point is a word that I can use for him because I mean he is just he's just too cool. He's just too cool. But obviously, I feel Mr. Bachchan is like just ahead of all of us. Matlab, we
Yeah,
are like,
yeah.
dude, we are nowhere like even in the line. But Karthik is constant. He's just constant. He's a constant source of
Koki.
entertainment for me. Koki. I love Koki Puchega. I love his post. Kuch bhi hi da.
And then he'll come to yours also and comment, na Bhumi.
Yours, he'll do like birthday wishes with suddenly, and I'm like, why am I in this? Like, why am I in the birthday wish? And Kriti is like, but why is she in the picture? He's taken a picture of mine from Sandkiag. He's mad. I don't know what does he do. A good girl cannot be flawed. A good girl has to just be perfect. A good girl can have no desires and she can have no wants. She can have no sexual wants, and that is wrong.
This is a really a fun segment as well. It's called the game of pictures. Abhi, now both of us,
Okay.
I'm sure we've been chilling in our PJs for a long time. You look
Huh.
all peached up, ready. You look all beautiful today
Yeah.
for this interview. But
Only up
otherwise,
top,
kuch
huh?
nahi
Only
karenge.
up top. I've got my joggers down. I'm not joking. I swear, look, I don't know if this is like a very flattering, but I have my pajamas.
Bhumi, all of us in the same boat. So now these pictures are going to make us
Yeah.
travel through your memories and pick them up from your Insta. And
Oh,
you need to tell me
okay.
the memory behind the picture, and maybe we'll
Okay.
have a little fun. Okay, are you ready?
Okay, that's exciting.
This is not a selfie actually, but where do you pick up these photography skills and how?
Oh, so this one is actually at home, and my sister has clicked this picture. Samiksha clicked
Samiksha.
this picture, and I was, yeah, yeah. It's great to have a sister that you can. I love living with my sibling.
Yeah.
At times, let me put that disclaimer. At times, I just want to
These are the
like
times you don't
strangle
like.
her. I want to strangle her at times, and I think she wants to strangle me at times. But that
Yahi
moment
प्यार है.
passes really fast. So I remember I was just like in bed, I was reading and I had like a white shirt on, and she's like, Bhumi, I just have to, like, she just came and she clicked me, and it was a very sweet shot. And she's very involved with my social media, I must say. Like, she's more of the excited one where social media is concerned. And I really feel she has better aesthetic than me. I think she's way cooler than me. So I just kind of listen to her.
We're talking about family, and I had to bring up this picture because I think it's so cute. And the three of you together, I think the women in our life have such impact on us. So here it is.
This is my life, yeah. Like this frame,
Oh,
maybe like add two, three more like amazing women, and that's my life. So this picture was actually my mom's birthday. We had gone for dinner, and we always get our mom to pose. And she gets very, or she just doesn't smile, and we have to like tickle her and like move her and tell her just smile, yeah. She gets damn conscious. I don't know why, but that picture is pretty much my world. Like again, I draw, there's so many similarities between my life and Kitty's life, because Kitty's life in the film is constantly fueled by these amazing women. Like,
yeah.
if you see the movie through the film, every time she has like a high point, every time she has a low point, it's like these women that kind of celebrate with her or take her ahead. They're literally the
Yeah.
wind beneath her wings. And that's exactly how my life has been. And again, a very big reason why I wanted to do Dolly Kitty.
I remember while shooting, the promotions of Pati Patni Aur Wo, I had just spotted Bhumi in this really gorgeous and really amazing sari. And I said, my God. And she's like, you wait. You just wait and see what I'm going to wear during the promotions. I'm going to kill it. And kill it you did.
Listen, I this is actually one of my favorite looks. So I'll tell you what, right? I was like, I have worn a sari many times on screen. But always people, I feel a sari has so much sex appeal. And I just decided, you know what, let me just make that my look for the promotions. It'll
Yeah.
be fun because also I feel the character that I played in Pati Patni was like this. She was a woman. She was a woman of substance. She was sexy. She
Yeah.
was strong. She was like, she would look at you and you would just melt.
And did the men around you melt? I think they did. Tell me.
Well, you should ask them, but I think they did. The reaction was, it's
I think they did too. Just before
I
we
didn't
move on,
expect this to happen because
should I
I
read the
remember there were
caption,
so many
Bhumi?
of them. No.
Come
The
on.
captions are my original.
The caption is Ras Bhari.
Bhari. That's my raspberry picture. Because I felt it, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
it's important. Honestly, Rudrani, it's very important for women to feel attractive.
I agree.
It's very important for women to kind of, say that I'm sexy, I'm beautiful, I'm hot. And I was like, I don't want that validation from anybody else. I think I'm looking it, I'm feeling it. Every inch of my cell, every cell in my body feels it, and I'm just gonna like say it and put it out there. It's just like, positive affirmations. But
I
I have to tell you,
I think
after Pati Patni, there were so many of my guy friends that kind of called me and they are like, listen, we've known you for years, but that scene with Rakesh Yadav where you put like, there's this dream sequence. They
correct.
were like,
Yeah.
Bhumi.
We are like,
It was a fun
we
film.
were like, but just when we're talking about that, I'll quickly move on to the other. But I just want to show this. Yeah, I
Haan.
can't. I'll read the caption first. Just a sexy nari wearing a sexy sari. पहले तो captions हमको भी सिखा दो यार ऐसे. Even if we can't look
Listen,
like
mere
this, but the
co-star,
captions we can write.
my co-star was Karthik. He's the king of captions. Oh yeah. Oh
Woohoo!
yeah.
Look at that.
I started my promotions with this sari, and I remember my producer,
This
Jono Chopra, this was actually his suggestion that Bhumi, he'd seen the film. He's like, I feel that you should really go down that route. And even my short hair was Juno, huh? Like in Pati Patni, for the first time, I chopped off my hair, and that was also because of
yeah.
him. And I've never really said this. He'll be very happy. And he's like, just do it. I said, okay, fine. And I wore that sari. It was for the trailer launch, and I said, this is it. This is my
This is
vibe for the promotions.
so the sexy nari wearing sexy sari.
Sexy
And the reason why
sari.
I'm bringing this up is because we were talking about celebrating sexuality. Can we please tell everybody as to why is it that you feel so uncomfortable watching women talk about their sexuality and talking about sex and their desires?
I don't know. And it's really weird. And I'll tell you what, the pressure, and this is what I'm kind of coming to, right? Especially as actors, people just expect you to be the epitome of all the societal bias and prejudices that have kind of existed through the years. They just want you to be a achhi ladki. So a good girl cannot be flawed. A good girl has to just be perfect. A good girl can have no desires and she can have no wants. She can have no sexual wants, and that is wrong.
I also want to know if
Yeah,
that's the definition of good girls. None of us are good girls and we don't want to be. We want to be imperfect women
absolutely.
and we're really happy. And I have one sitting right in front of me who I'm really, really fond of. So be imperfect, right?
Absolutely. Be imperfect, make mistakes, own up to what your wants and desires are, chase them.
This is the happy picture that I'm talking about with you and Achin. I
This
feel you're
happy
truly, truly
picture
happy.
was shot. Yeah, I'm very. Listen, Akshay sir makes me very happy. He is truly a great friend. I admire him. And this was taken on the day Toilet Ek Prem Katha released. And it was really one of the happiest days of my life because that film really changed many things for me in many ways. I take it as a re-debut because I was I looked more like the person that I am today, and I have a lot of respect for him. We are doing a film. We are re-collaborating with Durgavati. It's just that he's not my co-star. He's producing the film, and even that experience has been so great with him. He's such a hands-on guy, and that picture is just happy memories.
On that note, thank you so much, Bhumi. It's
Thank
always
you.
such a pleasure chatting with you, and I wish you all the best always, and you know how fond I am of
Thank
you.
you,
So lots of
Rudrani.
love.
Yes. Thank you.
Take care.